It's 11 o'clock. I'm Rob Cioffi. Welcome to another edition of Comedians Writing Jokes at Starbucks. That's what we call it. For now, anyway. That's what we call it. As always, here with me from HBO, The Tonight Show, Mr. Bob Nelson. I don't know what he's doing here. I have no idea. I still haven't figured it out. He just shows up every day.
Sit behind you.
He sits behind me. This is our 7th episode. I can't believe it. Usually I peter out around 5, 4. And here we are at episode 7. I think it's because we've had some really good shows. And if you don't believe me, you can watch the archive. We've got them all up on our page, comedianswritingjokes.com. Big news, Bob. Big news.
What?
We have instituted and launched our very own Facebook fan page. Facebook fan page. You know about these, right? Yeah.
I liked it.
You liked it. That's good. You know. I'll tell you what. 127 other people liked it as well, and that's phenomenal.
Yesterday, right?
In a day. And I think our goal was to get to 200 by November 1st. So I don't know if we'll make it. We're gonna try. I would tell if anyone's watching. The man behind the man, Anthony, says, "Hi, Anthony. We're going to be in touch with you, Anthony. We saw your stuff. We're going to talk to you." This is why I was meant for broadcasting. This is not a podcast. Oh, the fan page. A testament to our popularity. 127. 127. We're really, if you haven't liked it, please like it. Not only will you have the benefit of being in a group of people who can appreciate true talent, you also will be notified of things like when we're going to be on, who the guests are going to be, and here I go again with the stammering. It's going to be quiet. Let's just stare into the camera for about 40 minutes. No, we can't do that. We have a great guest today. We have a wonderful guest today. I wouldn't say wonderful. Significant. It's a significant. There's going to be a somber tone to today's show.
Really?
Yeah. Our guest today is a man named Joseph Hazelwood. And if you're old enough, you probably can remember. Sounds familiar. He was the captain of the infamous Exxon Valdez. The oil spill in Alaska, and I believe he was found guilty of driving a boat while intoxicated, or being a captain. And I guess if you're not a pirate captain, you're not allowed to be drunk.
And he lives in Huntington, so he's not.
No. He moved. He's up in Connecticut now.
Where in Connecticut?
He's in Meridian, Connecticut. Do you know where Meridian is?
Yeah, that's landlocked. There's no water there.
No water, but
that's like in the middle of Connecticut.
But he doesn't like to drive. He got someone to give him a ride, and he's on the Port Jefferson ferry right now.
The ferry.
He's on the ferry right now, coming down.
That's dangerous.
Well, he's not driving the ferry.
We don't know that.
We don't, not yet. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Get a little ahead of ourselves in the bit. But I'm in communication with him.
What bit?
He's on the Twitter. He's on the Twitter, Bob.
Oh.
So he's giving me updates via Twitter.
Okay.
He's already told me he's on the boat and he's comfortable. He's sitting on the boat right now, enjoying the view and the nice weather. It's a little breezy, he says. But he'll be here very shortly.
It's actually pretty windy today. It was windy yesterday.
It was windy, a little windy. I guess maybe on the sound not as windy. I don't know. I can't imagine that. It'd probably be more windy because it's the Long Island Sound.
I don't like. See, I park my car in the street when it's windy. I hate it.
You do?
Yeah.
You park.
Why?
Why in the street, Bob?
Because my driveway's full with other cars.
Oh, so you have to park it
Yeah,
there
so I
either
park
way.
in the street.
Oh, and you hate it when it's windy because
Yeah, and I hate needles.
needles are horrible.
No.
Do they make you take a needle before you get in the car?
No, a needle like that, like a needle.
Yeah, you hate
No,
those. No. Oh, you mean like from the bushes?
These needles. See, they're all over in my bed.
Oh, look at that.
Pine needles. Those are the needles I hate. Because what they do is they fall on the car, they get caught in my windshield wiper, and I'm going to try to clean the window. The needles get caught between the rubber and the
And you get it kind of, and then you've got to deal with them. Not
you
only
got to get out and get them off, and then somehow they get in by the engine underneath.
they're a nuisance. They're a nuisance. I would imagine it's hard to imagine in today with our
They're
president.
like leaves, but they're not.
We should ask our president to help us with needles. Can you help us?
You know what's really weird?
Obama.
There's no pine trees in the street where I'm at. They're like down the block, so they blow. They're big, so it takes them a long time to
So
float.
the wind actually is a factor in the pine needles being on your car. That's really
annoying.
annoying beyond belief. I hate it too. You know what I hate in the springtime? The pollen. You ever see the pollen that comes out of the trees?
When it's yellow?
Yeah, yellow. My car becomes covered in pollen dust. And people will, you know how they write to clean me? They think it's funny. Clean me. Most of them say, I can't think of a funny thing. What would be a funny thing to write there?
Clean me?
Instead of clean me. I got to show you over there. You see this guy's selling cars over there?
Yeah.
See how he's got the F4S, for sale.
Yeah.
In one of the cars, he drew an obscene graphic image.
Really?
You can't see it from here. It's an obscene. I don't want to talk about it because we're a family show. But I took a picture. You want to see?
Yeah.
I do have that.
Golden.
Captain Joseph Hazelwood today is our guest. Captain of the Exxon Valdez. He is on his way. He's on the boat, the Port Jefferson ferry.
That's not too close. Is he going to make it?
He will make it. He will make it. I have faith. I have faith. He has faith. We all have faith here. Look, Bob, I'm not kidding. Look. Can you see that?
Yes.
Why would you do that? And it's not like somebody did it with their see, for sale. And somebody wrote that.
Maybe that
It's out there. And somebody said, I want a car with one of them on it. It's a selling point? It's a selling point?
I'd rather have pine needles on my car than that.
Yeah, well, you see, you thought you had problems. Imagine having that on your car and having to drive around. See, it's a joke only Bob and I are going to enjoy, unfortunately. If you're an adult, you can send me a photocopy of your driver's license that proves you're over 21. I'll send you that picture, and you can enjoy it too. Hey, so you know what, Bob? I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated that we have this fan page and we've got such a great response. But it's not the thing I'm most excited about the fan page for. Do you know why I'm excited?
Why?
On one of our posts on the fan page, the great Kevin Meany liked it. And I love Kevin Meany.
Yeah, me too.
I love him. He is the quintessential stand-up comedian, and he can rock that little red jacket. He is an entertainer, bar none. Tour de force, as they say. And he's not Alec Baldwin.
No.
He's not Alec Baldwin.
Google that.
Google.
Kevin Meany, not Alec Baldwin.
I don't care. I don't
We'll
care.
get thrown out.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Did you know him in the 80s?
Oh, yeah. I used to do it. There was a show called Friday night videos.
Oh, yeah.
It was on NBC, and what they did was when videos were big, they were trying to work off the heat of MTV because MTV just came out.
So you'd show the Pat Benatar video.
Yeah, we'd show all the videos, and in between, it would cut back to Kevin Meany and I.
Oh.
And we would do all kinds of silly videos.
I don't care.
He was the first one to show me that you can make a grilled cheese sandwich with an iron.
With an iron. He's famous for that.
That was way before. Now everybody's doing it online now.
I can't imagine someone hasn't approached him with a restaurant chain deal. The Kevin Meany Grilled Cheese Sandwich Shop.
Yeah, and I think
it's got a great gimmick.
He tried doing a cooking show, which I thought was hilarious. But it ended abruptly. When he was doing like a web cooking show.
Like in his kitchen he was doing.
He only had like 2 recipes.
That's it.
You got to think ahead. You have
My
to have
God.
a whole bunch of you have to have a whole bunch of recipes so that you can continue with the but he only had 2 recipes.
Only had 2.
So he cooked the 2 things.
Only had 2.
And then the show ended.
But they're great episodes. I'd recommend them highly.
And you know, here's a tip Jerry Seinfeld gave. Speaking of
not to drop names or
and
guys.
cooking,
Okay. He's got a cooking tip.
Jerry Seinfeld told me when I auditioned for the Tonight Show, and I got a spot, and then Jerry said, "Listen, you need to make sure that you have 3 sets ready to go, because if you go on a Tonight Show and you do 1 set that you have prepared, they may call you back right away.
Really?
And if you don't have a set
next week,
you're gonna panic.
Wow.
Well, not next week, but 2
soon.
weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
So he said, always have like 3 or 4 sets under your belt, and then write the 5th one when you do the 2nd one.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not going on the Tonight Show. Hey, do you know who's my friend on Facebook? You know, Bob, I told you I have a lot of friends on Facebook. 4,952 friends. 953, my new friend. You won't believe who my new friend is. Marty Engels. You know who Marty Engels is? Yeah. Marty Engels is a comedian.
Yeah.
Who,
years ago.
He's 85 years old and he's on the Facebook. And he's my friend. He's got the funniest Facebook picture. He's laying on the sidewalk with a blanket over him, and it's in front of the Hollywood Grauman Theater thingy. Yeah. And he's sleeping next to the star of Shirley Jones. Because Shirley Jones is his wife.
Really?
You know Shirley Jones from the Partridge Family?
Yeah.
And Showboat in Oklahoma and whatever she was?
She married Marty Engels?
She married Marty Engels. Hey, who says comedy doesn't have? Well, you have a beautiful wife.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't I get one of those? I'm not as funny as Marty Engels.
But, you know, you're adorable. You may get one.
I am adorable. It's my persona.
Yes.
When that guy writing the Zinno Man, when he writes me up in the New York Times, adorable comedian, Rob Cioffi.
Over 4,000?
4,952.
So you get.
I joined Facebook in 2008, pal. I'm around. I am on the bleeding edge when it comes to technology. I was there. You know who my first friend on Facebook? Todd Barry. You know Todd Barry, amazing comedian. He does the improv, which I'm not too happy, with. Everyone knows this. I'm not a big improv fan. He's a brilliant improvisationalist. But
here's a trick. I have 9,000 something friends on Facebook.
You do?
Yeah.
9,000. That's more than twice as many as me.
No, what I did was I have 2 Facebook pages, and I have the
brilliant.
same friends on both. So you double it.
So they're annoyed twice by you when you post stuff.
People say, how many Facebook friends you have? I tell them, over 9,000. But it's really like 4,000.
Hey, Bob, I don't know if anybody's told you, but show business is not a popularity contest.
It's not what I heard.
It's not a popularity contest. It's not how many people like you that matters in show business. Oh, my goodness.
There are people who are not going to like your act,
You know?
I found that out.
How'd you find that out, Bob? Because I found it out very quickly. How did you find that out,
I
Bob?
found out what I have like a YouTube thing, and I have some sketches on there, and I have the HBO special, which has that's not even my page, but the one from the Dangerfield has over 1 million hits.
Million?
Yeah. And then what I did was I put a clean version on for people to see.
Oh, and they trolled it.
Oh, and they hate it.
They hate it. They
It's
hate
not
the clean.
funny.
How could that be?
They-
I defy you. Listen, troll, Mr. Troll. Lay down your money, go see the guy live. Put your money where your mouth is and go see him live, okay?
I got the last word, and not the last word, but
What was that?
I fixed him. I
How'd you fix
delete
it?
his comments.
That's
the
brilliant.
ultimate,
That's brilliant. Brilliant.
That's the ultimate diss right there. Just
Yeah,
delete his
'cause
comment.
you deleted,
And
pal.
then I put in a new one.
0. What do you put in?
Well, what I do is I create a Google account with somebody else's name, and then I put all these positive comments.
That's good.
That's how you work it. That's how you're supposed to work.
That's good. It's legit. Speaking of legit,
Like the followers that follow us. If you
Yeah.
look, there's like a little thing that says how many followers we have.
yeah.
I'm 7 of them.
Hey, look, I don't know if you've ever heard the expression padding the room, but it happens. So it's just part of the
Show business is all about padding.
Padding and popularity, which we don't have much of either right now. We will, though.
And some actresses literally pad.
They do. Let's speculate about? No, let's skip. I got something much better to talk about. Oh, but back with Meany. Do we want to talk about?
I'm telling you, man, he makes me laugh.
Every time. I get, no secret that comedians get the blues. Comedians get depressed. We're back, by the way. Comedians get depressed, and whenever I get depressed, I turn on the old Kevin Meany YouTube videos. I don't care.
Rob, we're really going to get kicked out.
I don't care.
No place to go.
I don't care.
Yep, see, there's a guy looking right now. He's going to come over and...
Good. Come on, tough guy. Froggy. Come on. I'm such a wimp, too. I would never do anything. I would cry. I would say, Mommy. So I put on the Kevin... the shame about the Kevin... Were we talking about Kevin James? Kevin Meany. Kevin Meany is he has his YouTube views are paltry. You were saying you have 1 million views. He has like 20,000 views on some of his most. It is insulting. I don't know why. He's a brilliant guy, and really, we love you. Already, I can tell you it's going to be a very choppy episode. I'm going to lower the Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm going to have to. I'll go pull some plugs.
We could. There are ways to deal with this. The NSA knows. The NSA knows.
You guys doing a test run for a new show?
Yeah, that's it. We're doing it. Yeah. Hey, how are you?
How you doing? Right. Bill Scrims, how you doing? My sister, you might have heard of her?
Who's that?
Maria Walsh, American.
You look. Sit down for a second. You're sit down right here. Hey guys.
So you got to get in the shot.
We're waiting for
Slide in.
a little bit.
Okay.
We're waiting for Joseph Hazelwood. He was the captain of the Exxon Valdez.
Oh, cool.
But he's on the ferry right now. He's coming over.
Oh, really?
Meantime, we'll talk to you. Believe it or not, we have.
Should we keep it low profile or?
No, buddy.
Okay.
Blow it up. The brother of comedian Maria Walsh.
Yeah.
Maria Walsh's brother.
Right.
What's your name?
Friend of Bill Z.
Bill Z.
Friend of Chris Roach.
Oh, you know Chris Roach.
Yeah,
we know Chris Roach. He's that tall guy.
Yeah.
He's that tall guy.
Yeah.
So what's new with you?
Oh, just looking for some good work, and carpenter.
Oh, you're carpenter.
Some people
okay.
have told me that I'm kind of funny too, like,
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Well, if we put a wig on you.
Yeah, right. You see that? You see, hey,
If we put a wig with big hair.
No way.
Your sister used to have the big
isn't that
hair.
funny? Yeah,
remember?
you seen Welcome to the Party, pal? Bruce Willis, right?
Oh yeah,
You see
you
that?
do
Yeah,
look
yeah.
a little like Bruce Willis too.
Yeah, I got
Maria
a-
Walsh is your sister.
Yeah, she's pretty funny every now
Oh
and
no,
then.
I know who she is.
Oh, she's
But
great.
You know what you should do? Because you look
Right.
in the camera. You look like Paul Newman. You should say you're Paul Newman's little brother. That will get you more gigs.
Isn't that funny?
Maria's not up there yet.
Paul Newman's little brother, right?
Look at that. Doesn't he look like Paul
He
Newman?
looks a little like yes.
Hey, you ever hear Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, you do.
Played again, Sam. That was Casablanca.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Do that
I
one more
actually
time.
Played again, Sam.
That's really
That is a gimmick right there.
Actually,
Paul
yeah.
Newman doing doing.
Actually,
Although I think your sister does something like that already.
This is actually being a podcast live.
Right
and,
now.
It's live, and then it'll be on the.
Oh wow! Hey Maria, how you doing?
Comedianswritingjokes.com.
Comedianswritingjokes.com.
Yeah, my sister's very good. She did the Paramount show.
The Paramount, which is the world's most cavernous theater.
Yeah.
The world's most. I think. Wait, is Bob being attacked back there?
No, he's fine.
Oh, he's signing an autograph.
No, I'm paying for his
Bob
coffee.
Nelson, right? I understand.
I spilled his coffee. I have to pay for it.
Did you ever meet Bellucci? That was Saturday Night Live.
No, have you?
No, but
you know John?
my brother actually had a car. My brother Steve,
Yeah.
general contractor, that was sort of like the Bluesmobile.
Oh, no kidding.
From the show.
Really,
yeah.
really.
Could have been.
So you're we're much more interested in you than your sister.
Very
right?
good, yeah.
Your sister, your sister, she does all those things about pumpkins. You ever see that?
Oh, very good, yeah.
So it's all. She's got that. She's got it locked.
Very good.
Maria Walsh. A little later in the show, we're going to talk about the Long Island Press. You ever read that, Bill?
Nice, very good. Yeah.
His name is Tom.
Bill.
Z?
Bill.
Billy, yeah.
Bill Z.
You'll
Bill Z.
be actually.
Billy.
So, yeah. So you guys are. Is it a radio host here? Are you
Well, my name's Rob Cioffi. If you
Okay.
ask your sister about me,
Cioffi?
she'll probably say a lot of things that
You
are
have
not
a relative
nice.
in the news, Channel 12.
It's a broadcasting dynasty, a family tradition. My great grandfather invented the radio. Marconi was his name. Marconi
I like that, yeah.
Marconi Cioffi.
So you didn't have to go to school. You just inherited the talent.
Who needs school?
We're not giving Bob Mr. Nelson here.
You know Bob? Do you know who Bob is?
I've heard of
Bob's
his. I know you know Minavini, actually.
Minavini.
Yeah.
I couldn't get Minavini, so I had to get him.
Yeah.
But Minavini's in Florida.
So what's his name?
I much would have rather had Minavini.
Who's the other guy? Comedian. Louis Black, actually. He tries to be funny, doesn't he?
Louis Black?
Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah, imagine. You've heard of the old thing, what do you call a deer with no eyes, right? Yeah.
Say what?
What do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea, right?
No idea.
That's
a great...
Deer with no eyes and no legs is still no idea.
Still no idea. What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs in the water?
Oh, wow.
Bob.
Yeah, I've been told like
that's Nelson's going to put it in.
I've had a little
This
exposure.
reminded me. There was a little boy down in Tennessee when I had my show. He said, you spell your name Bob, B-O-B?
Oh.
And he says, it's a good thing you're dyslexic with that name because you'll never get it wrong.
That's cool.
That's what he said to me. He's like 8 years old.
What a very precocious
What would really be
I forgot.
enjoyable right now
Tell
if
us.
I was getting the union rate? Like, what would I be making right now per minute?
You know,
or per
the
hour?
way it all depends. If you're working for Comedy Central, it's a cup of coffee.
Right. But
That's
if
the
there's
rate.
anybody out there that needs a little bit of
please.
stand up, stand in, any kind of.
Do you need stand-up? I thought you could do, and you can do some
I
carpentry
can,
too.
I can do funny. Yeah, I'm carpenter.
The
and
funny carpenter, the world's
that's
funniest
right.
carpenter.
We were actually called the Funny Carpenters by the Heatherwood Communities group, which actually we've done work for.
Okay, well there you go. And your sister's know, and don't hit me.
Oh no,
She's
no way.
the naughty mommy. Don't hit me.
Is this
Don't
gonna,
hit me. She's the naughty mommy.
What channel are we going to be on tonight?
It'll be on the web. I'll
very good.
Facebook you this, and
Yeah.
I'll Facebook your sister, the lovely Maria Walsh.
Yeah. Listen, I have a show to do tonight at the Plaza Hotel, so I'm going to have to take a run right now.
Okay, Bill.
Yeah,
Thank you
okay.
for stopping by.
All right,
Thank you for stopping by. It's nice meeting you. And look for it on Facebook. I'll get it to you. I will. My friend Paul Anthony. Thank you. Look at this. We had a guy. Look at this. Look at this. He's too busy to stay on the couch. He has somewhere to go. Not like you and me.
No, right? We got people writing jokes. No legs and arms on a stoop.
Matt, that's good too. Yeah, okay. Maria Walsh's brother, our second pop-in guest.
You know what's good about that?
Andy.
Now we got a shot at getting Maria on.
Oh, do you think we ever didn't have a shot at getting Maria?
Really?
She lives around the corner.
Oh.
She works in the mornings, though. I don't think she's going to be. I don't think she'd be able to come.
She has a day job?
I think she helps. She does volunteer work.
Oh.
She helps the orphans, and the homeless. And I guess that's. I don't know. I don't have anything funny to say about it. She's a wonderful person, Maria Walsh.
Yes.
And I happen to know her act intimately. I've taped her a couple times, filmed her, and love her act. Love her. And that's nothing. And we're going to talk about this. But before we do, Bob, I can't believe it. You know the Whoopi Goldberg? You know Whoopi?
Whoopi.
Whoopi?
Like cushion.
Whoopi
Cushion Goldberg.
Okay, Whoopi. You know her? You know of her? You've heard of her?
She stole that name from it was a Jewish comic from vaudeville. His name was Whoopi Cushion Goldberg.
Really?
And he did a whole thing on passing gas.
And she went out and stole it. Whoopi.
No, but what were we going to say?
Well, one thing is Whoopi's on that show, you know.
On what show?
The View. She's on The View. Yeah. And the other day she had an issue with guess who? Guess who? Rosie from Comac.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie from Comac. In between the commercial breaks, she got angry at Rosie and said, "I'm tired of your
shenanigans.
Crap." With the S word, but she said crap.
Wow.
And then it was a big fight on stage there. And then later on they made up and jumped in a big pile of money.
That's how they get the ratings.
Got all better.
It's all orchestrated.
All orca. Orca is the key word there when it comes to Rosie and Whoopi. Orchestrated.
Speaking of orca, where's our guest?
Oh, let me check. Quick.
Our captain.
Oh, no.
Because they were all orca.
Oh, no. Read his Twitter feed. Look at this. He was having a good time, enjoying the scenery. Hey, and then it says, the next one he says, "Hey, look, the bar's open."
Oh, man.
Wow, oh, this can't be good. Next tweet says, "I'll just have one more for the road, And the guy up here, next to it, it says, "Hey, this captain on the boat is fantastic. He's letting me drive."
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Next is that's it. I guess it's over.
That's what it is?
That's all it is.
Stop.
And yes, and no, it stops. It stops. Let's wait to see.
Oh, man.
It could be a tragedy.
He better get
Exxon Valdez captain. What's it? Joseph Hazelwood? That's his name. Joseph Hazelwood may have taken the Long Island ferry, and who knows? It's probably on its way to Florida right now.
Oh, no.
That's a Louis C.K. Louis C.K. made a little movie about that. I don't want to get into it. But anyway, we'll see. I'm very disappointed. Although we have compensated by Bill Z., Maria Walsh's brother, which we didn't schedule. He just showed up. And that happens here. Expect the unexpected at comedians writing jokes at Starbucks. So Whoopi, listen to this. Whoopi has a new YouTube channel, and this is what she does. It's called Ride Along with Whoopi, and she gets in a car and they put cameras in the car, and she has comedians do their acts while they're driving on the West Side Highway.
Really?
And I gotta warn you, Whoopi, that's not you're playing with fire.
Yeah.
Because that other guy does that.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could take their ideas.
Blatantly ripping them off. Now she doesn't call it comedians writing in cars. No, comedians. Comedians in cars getting coffee. He doesn't call it that. She calls it Ride Along with Whoopi, which I thought for a second maybe Whoopi had become like a sheriff, like Steven Seagal or Shaq.
Yeah.
And then she was going to have people ride along as she patrolled the streets. But no, it's basically Whoopi riding a car. And Whoopi actually, you don't really see Whoopi do anything. It's two other comedians. Whoopi's kind of in the background.
She's sitting in the back?
She kind of sits on the side. You know, I think,
right
you know what they're doing in a minivan. So she sits there in a comic, and then two behind her are two other comics who are less famous than her.
And she sits behind them?
No,
that's degrading.
That would be. She doesn't say anything. She lets them talk.
I wouldn't do that.
Who wants to watch them talk? When you tune into Whoopi's show, you want to see the star talk. You don't want to see the other guy talk. So, you know who she has on? Mario Cantone. You know this guy?
Yes.
Mario Cantone. He does Liza Minnelli, and he does Liza Minnelli,
Cher, probably.
Judy Garland, Barbara, and he does a really good Elvis, and he did Liza Minnelli. I don't care. Liza Minnelli. So I would just want to reach out to Whoopi right now. Whoopi, not Whoop-dee. Listen, Whoopi. We've tread this water. We've been in your shoes. We've walked this path. Okay, we know what it's like to deal on the fringes of the world of Jerry Seinfeld.
And we also know what it's like to deal with Rosie. So.
Oh, well, we're right there with you. We're a little tired of her shenanigans too. Right, well, for the record, Rosie. And you could come here, Rosie. It's the Starbucks in Selden. It's about 25 minutes from Comac?
I think she lives upstate.
She used to live in Comac, though,
Yeah,
so
I know,
she knows
right?
exactly
She
where
lives-
it is.
She lives under the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Under the Tappan Zee Bridge?
Well, not under.
Does she collect tolls?
Actually, she does. She's under the bridge, and she grabs the coins that miss the bucket. And that's how she made a million.
That's how she made her millions.
No, she's right there. She's overlooking the Tappan Zee Bridge or something.
Yeah.
On the Hudson River.
Yeah. I don't know. She was she had the show, and then she was ambivalent about her preference for men or women, and then she came out as she prefers women, right? And she made all the money, and she came out and she's still very popular.
Yeah.
The women love her. She's definitely more popular
She's
now.
like a heroine to them.
She's like a heroine.
Not the drug. Well, kind of.
Kinda
heroine,
like
like a hero, female hero.
Hero. You know what they say you are what you eat. Well, I only eat heroes.
You're a hero.
I'm a hero. I had one for breakfast. And by the way, if you tune in early to the show, you'll get some real inside show business. What would you say? A little inside show business. You get to watch me eat my breakfast. Make funny faces looking at you.
That's Trisha's favorite part of the show.
Is watching me eat my
She'll
breakfast.
start laughing. I go, "What are you laughing at?" She goes, "Rob's eating a banana."
It's entertaining. You got to give the people what they want. We've had this conversation before.
Somebody wrote troll.
Troll, Terry Tazar, the troll.
Troll. What is that?
A troll is something that lives under a bridge.
Oh. A little known fact about Rosie. A lot of people think she's annoying. Do you remember when Sully landed the plane in the Hudson?
Yeah.
She actually guided him. She could be seen from up there, and she actually guided him down
she like this
into the Hudson River. Yeah. And she was also she helped a lot because she's a flotation device.
I think I mentioned yesterday that some of the comedians that we poke fun at are billionaires. Crush us. really make our lives miserable if they wanted to.
They could.
I'm not joking about that.
She's not gonna do anything. She's not gonna watch this show.
She would watch it. I would love for Rosie. You know what? Deep down, I love Rosie, and you too, Bob. Admit it. We would get along with Rosie. We get along with Jerry. Jerry, another guy who lives 45 minutes. He's driving his Porsche all around. He's whipping around in his Porsche. Stop here in Selden, Jerry.
Where does he live?
He lives in East Hampton. He lives in Billy Joel's old house.
Really?
Another guy Billy Joel, come down. You guys are looking at, we've got 11 viewers, and you're skeptical right now of whether we're going to have these people. Who are we going to have, Bob? Who are we definitely getting? This actress. Who's the actress?
We're having
Isabella Rossellini's going to be on our show.
Yeah, for real.
For real. And not kidding. She's going to be on our show. We don't know when yet, but she will be. Anyway. So, Whoopi, look, you're ripping off Jerry. It's a blatant rip-off. It's even more blatant than what we're doing.
Yeah.
And you have money. He can go after you. You have assets to protect. Right. So don't do it. Don't do it. Rosie and Jerry Seinfeld are not going to come into Starbucks and make a scene. They're not going to do that. No, they would never do that. Never do that. Even though it would be an outrageous publicity stunt that would get them. That would rip Twitter. You know what? Twitter would go crazy. Twitter. As a matter of fact, let's see. I got to check Joseph Hazelwood, captain of the Exxon Valdez. He's our guest today. He's on the Port Jefferson Ferry. Apparently, he's had a few drinks, and the captain of that ship has allowed him to drive the Port Jefferson Ferry. I'm going to check the Twitter now to see what the status is. I'm looking now. Let's see. Oh no! It's ice. All it is. It's not letters. It's punctual. It's ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... ... We're in trouble. Long Island. Somebody. Blow the whistles. You never hear those sirens?
Yeah.
What are they for? Would you do something?
Noon, when it's noon.
It's when it's noon.
That's why we have to end our podcast, because it's Vitaphon's right there.
Yeah. They actually, there's a law now that they don't have to do it anymore.
Oh, really?
But people want it. There's one guy who doesn't have a phone, a TV, or radio, or a clock that depends on that whistle.
Yeah, he has no idea.
It costs $30,000 a year to keep that whistle going. We're going to do it for that guy. To drive up, we should do the Tommy McNulty. We're going to do Tommy, you know something? The name of the show is Comedians Writing Jokes at Starbucks. But we can always change the at Starbucks. We're mobile. We're mobile. We're on the move.
I think what he's saying is at the drive up here.
Oh, at the drive up here.
The drive up window. To do it.
Why don't we do that? That's a great idea. We could do that tomorrow.
And then just talk to the people who drive up.
Yeah.
It'd be really short interviews, but
yeah, we have.
Unless they have a big order.
We could actually, have you seen the pay it forward thing?
Yes.
Where people, you're at Starbucks and you pay for the person behind you. Yes. We should just keep asking people to pay for us. We're the pay it forward people. You pay us. And we'll tell the next guy that you paid for us. So anyway, just he's going down. Oh, what is that? All right, I don't know what that is. All right. Anyway, we want to talk a little bit, Bob. I think we talked about this the other day. Wow, it's getting loud in here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
The Long Island Press has a best of contest. The comedians from Long Island best of. We went through a list of about 15 people. I thought it would be prudent, or at least we would be remiss in our duties if we didn't mention some of the people from Long Island, comedians that we think belong on that list as the best of comedians Long Island. And I'll go first. Because some of these folks you're at a much higher level of comedy than I am. You don't get to see everybody, which is because you're so busy, and you are.
And you only normally have one headliner on a show, so
that's it. You don't see the headliners, or
see the feature and the openers.
Right. You don't see it. You're too busy anyway, signing autographs and selling DVDs when you're on the show. So, of course, this is what happens. So my first nominee, we're going to take Maria Walsh off. Just consider her in the list already because her brother was here promoting her. She sent her brother down to promote her. We get it, Maria. We know what you're doing. You sent your brother down. The first guy, I don't know if you've ever seen this guy, and he is a little raw, but he's extraordinarily talented. He's one of these guys that makes you laugh because he sees the truths in things. Is a guy named Keith Anthony. Keith Anthony, extraordinary comedian. and deserving of the list. If I honestly, I would say, if we're going to stop the list right there, Keith Anthony. I'll show you some video of him. He's very good, very good. All right, your turn. Who from Long Island? It could be anybody from Long Island.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Okay.
No. You know why? I have to give props to Rosie, and I'll tell you why. Because Trish just reminded me. She says, "Hey, Bob, admit you love Rosie.
Good.
If it weren't for her, we would not be together."
That's
a true story. What happened was, my fiance back in the '80s and Richie Minervini's fiance, they were both waitresses at the East Side Comedy Club, and they ran off with the doorman. So we lost our fiancés. And then Rosie...
They both ran off with the doorman together?
There's more to the story. I can't go into it. But
okay.
They ran off with the doorman, and then I was depressed. And then Rosie said, you need to... Trish, my wife, when we weren't... She said, you need to call Bob. He's really depressed.
Oh, Rosie said that? Rosie told your wife?
Yes. She wasn't my wife at the time.
Okay.
See, I messed it up already.
I get the gist, Bob.
Yes.
I get the gist. So Rosie was friends with Trish, and Rosie suggested, hey, my friend Bob, he's not feeling well. Why don't you go cheer him up?
Yeah.
And you guys went out on a date or something, or talked on the phone?
Well, we were friends. I just needed a friend, and that's what she was.
She was, that's always the way. When I hear about solid marriages, they always kind of start with the friendship thing, and that's wonderful.
We were friends because I was an idiot, and she wanted to see if I was really an idiot.
Yeah.
And then she realized that I was an idiot, but not
a full-time idiot.
Right.
Not a full-time idiot. I'll tell you, Bob, I can imagine, Bob. We have to give... there should be some sort of medal, something we could award Trish for doing that. Okay, so Rosie O'Donnell. Are you going to stay with Rosie O'Donnell as your nomination?
No, because she doesn't need it. Who do I think?
From Long Island.
From Long Island.
It could be a famous guy. Maybe a guy who's not doing this as well as he used to be doing.
From Long Island.
Guy that, he looks like he's kind of stoned all the time.
J.J. Boyd?
No, he looks like he's...
You?
No, I don't look like I'm stoned. Come on.
When you made that face, you looked stoned.
Yeah, Brewer. When you think
Jim
Brewer?
Brewer.
Yeah.
Jim Brewer.
Brewer, because he looks like he's on but he's not. He looks like he's on the marijuana, but he's not. What do you think of him?
That's a funny movie, Half Baked.
It's a good movie. I can tell you, I'll send you a documentary. The guy who wrote it, Chappelle and this guy, Neil Brennan wrote it. Neil got screwed down the line later on. Another happy show business story.
It's amazing how many comics come from Long Island. Kevin James.
Kevin James. All right, we can nominate him. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Who else?
His brother Valentine.
What's his first name? Richie Minervini.
Yeah, what was his name?
What's I want to say Bobby Valentine, but it's not.
You want to say it, but that's not it. It's
Bobby.
What? I'm drawing a blank now.
Gary Valentine. That's
Valentine,
his name.
Yeah.
Gary Valentine.
So many.
We could even go. Well, I'll tell you another guy I would nominate right away, who's not in that category, but George Gallo.
Yes.
The amazing George Gallo, a fearless comedian.
Yes.
And I would suggest that our 9 viewers, go to georgegallo.com after our show and check out some of George Gallo's videos, and you'll see what I mean. It's not for everybody. I think George would understand that. Maybe some other comics wouldn't if I said, you're not for everybody. But George would.
He does this thing, counting squares in Times Square. You got to Google that.
Countdown in Times Square.
Countdown, yeah.
Yeah, counting down in Times Square.
It's like pure, unedited.
It's comedy that
nonsense.
and it makes so much fun of things.
You know what it's like? It's like unrefined comedy. It's sort of like uranium.
It's raw.
Yeah, it's raw.
It's not raw like Dice is raw.
No, it's like powerful raw.
Powerful raw.
Yeah. I love it.
Good.
He goes places where no one will go.
And he's fearless. I would say that, and you're fearless too, Bob. But he's also nutty, a little nutty.
I used to be fearless. Now
You're comfortable. I'm gonna get you out of that, Bob.
I get scared when you start yelling. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care.
I get nervous.
I would love for Kevin. Kevin lives upstate, so I don't think he'd drop by. But I would love for Kevin to stop by. Okay, Bob. I gave one. You gave one.
JJ Boyd. Did I say that already?
Yeah.
Okay, forget JJ.
Gotta know somebody.
Who's out there?
All right. So you said Brewer.
I'm trying to think of the newer guys, right? Stevie Jeevy.
He's on the list already. He doesn't need the. Let's see. Well, you said Maria Walsh. You know who was a good comic? I don't think she's from Long Island, though. Is Patty Rossborough.
Patty Roseboro?
You know her?
Yeah.
Patty Rossborough?
I think she's from Poughkeepsie, no?
Maybe. She does a lot of Long Island shows. Well, that's it then. That's all the Long Island comics I can think of. That's so true. You know what? Here, Bob. Let's do this. Let's. I have a list here we can work from. Watch.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
You know what I mean? And we'll go through the lists and see who's on it. This may kill our feed, but I don't care. I don't care. Oh, we're down again? No, it says we're good.
Oh, okay.
We're choppy.
Oh, I'm getting a commercial.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get commercials, kids. Speaking of one, all right. So here we go, Bob. We got Keith Anthony right there on top. Carrie Carabas.
Yes.
Andy Pitt's not from Long Island. Funny guy. Monty's already on the list. Bob DeBuono, very funny guy. Know him. I don't think he's from Long Island. Bill McCarty. You might know Bill McCarty.
He's been on doing comedy longer than me.
Longer than you. Yeah, longer than you. I don't think he's from Long Island though. Marla Schultz, no. Eric Riviera, no. Stevie Jeevy, no. Tom Gilmore, we know he's not. Maureen Langdon. This is from the Long Island Comedy Festival, by the way. We're trying to find people. Joe DeVito. Marina Franklin. She opens up with a joke about bodies of water.
Really?
Because her name's Marina. It's really funny.
I see.
Ted Alexandro. He's from Long Island.
Yes.
Michael Somerville. Funny guy. Really likable guy. Almost in the adorable category.
Oh.
Almost adorable. I'm just checking. Let's see. This is dangerous to do. We shouldn't be messing around like this. Richie Byrne. You know Richie Byrne? Yeah. He's from Long Island, right? Rob Cioffi. Look at that. Hey! I'm totally legit. I'm on the Long Island Comedy Festival. This guy's not on. This guy. Roach. There's Roach again. He keeps popping up. Paul Anthony. Oh, he a good guy. You ever meet Stan Keshner? Great guy.
Yes.
Great, funny guy.
Mike Dillon.
Mike Dillon. Oh, yeah. Mike Dillon. Here's another guy that could be on the list. Mike Dillon. Tom Daddario. I don't think he's from Long Island. Al Ducharme. I don't think from Long Island. Will Vogt. This young man, you may have seen him once or twice. He's out in Hollywood now. He's on The Good Wife. He's on all these TV shows. Very good-looking young man. Moody McCarthy is not. Veronica Mosey is not. Tim Crumpier. You ever meet Tim? Great comedian. He used to write for the guy who passed away last year. The big guy, fat guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Jeff Garland.
No, I'm Jeff Garland. I'm Jeff Garland.
He was a comedian?
Pinette. John Pinette.
John Pinette, yeah.
He was close with John Pinette. He was his opener. He was an opener. How about Peaches Rodriguez? She belongs on the list.
And Peter Bales.
Peter Bales.
Somehow.
Yep. Darren Dillon. Ellen Karras isn't. Will Savant isn't. John LaRocchia. You know John LaRocchia. He's the fireman guy. Steve Lazarus. I'll bet you met him once or twice.
He sells hot dogs.
He's the hot dog guy at Yankee Stadium. Yes. How'd you know that?
Because that's all he talks about.
It's true.
That's what he does.
It's true. Eric Tartaglione. That's a Tartaglione. You ever meet this guy with the hair? Look at the hair.
Yeah. It looks like Billy Joel.
It's
in a
not.
way,
Yeah,
in a weird way.
in a weird way. He's like Billy Joel. I don't think he's talented. Hey, Paul Bond. How could we forget Paul Bond? Let's talk about go-getters.
Yeah.
Mr. Paul. I'm surprised he's not here. I've met him many times here. I'm surprised he hasn't shown up. He's on the road probably.
I don't think he recognizes us. If he did come down, who would recognize us?
Yeah,
He didn't recognize
right.
a couple of times. But,
Well, no. Yeah, no, we haven't really been.
well, that one guy that just now.
I actually had to tell him. I told him before you got here who you were. I make an announcement and say, ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, don't act inconspicuous about it. But comedy legend Bob Nelson is about to come into the room. And I would like it if one or two of you could just come up and just pretend like you've recognized him.
And whatever you do, don't make eye contact. Because they'll come at you.
I'll tell you, I had experience once. I saw the actor William Hurt in the airport once, years ago, 20 years ago, 25 years ago maybe. And I recognized him. You know, he's the guy from even the 80s. Blonde guy, tall guy. Body Heat was the big movie he was in. You'd know him if you saw him. And I immediately recognized him, and I swear, this is how good of an actor he was. He gave me a glance that put so much fear into me, I could not look at him. I turned away and ran. I did. I don't know how he did it. He's an amazing actor.
That's a gift.
It is a gift. Tina Georgie's from Long Island. George Gallo. We talked about George. Tyler Guild, I don't know. Joey G. This kid is very funny. From Long Island. Up and coming. If you ever see him, if they say you're going to be working with Joey G, go like this. Thank goodness. Somebody funny.
Oh,
this
Stevie
guy.
GB.
Stevie GB? No, that looks like a lot like Stevie
You know
GB, doesn't
something?
it? It looks just like Stevie
always mix
GB.
them up.
You do.
I don't know which one I
We're
like.
looking at a picture of Harry Friedman. Let me just make sure. Harry, who I love Harry. Whenever I see him, Harry and I are at odds a little bit over politics sometimes. I never get into that way with him because I'm we don't get into it like that. And he's a great guy. Mike Yard, I don't think belongs. I don't think he's from Long Island. Doesn't count. Robin Fox is a great comedian. Oh, there he is, Frankie. We know Frankie with the horns. Frankie Pace.
Who's that?
Frankie Pace. We know Frankie.
yeah.
Look at
Oh,
that.
Frankie,
With
yeah.
with the horns and the.
Yeah.
He's
There's too many comics.
There's too many, right? There's Maria. Did I tell you? Put a wig on that guy. Put a wig on that guy. Doesn't it look just like that guy who was here? But with a wig?
Paul Newman a little bit.
She does. Adam Sank is not from Long Island. Let's see. Randy Levin.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I went to college with him.
Oh, he did. So he's from. He's from around here? He's from Long Island.
Yeah,
Does
he
it
went
count?
to. Well, yeah, he went to Nassau Community College with me.
Okay, so he counts.
Acting school.
He counts. Randy Levin.
Yeah.
I saw him maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
He was very. He was saying he was going to quit comedy. Don't quit comedy, Randy.
Him and Peter Vogel. Peter Vogel.
I don't know if I know Peter
Yeah, he's
Vogel.
from Long Island.
Okay. Jimmy Mandrinos.
What do you use his mugshot for that? It looks like a mugshot. Looks like he did something really wrong. It says comedy.
And look, and he can't look you in the eye either.
He's like this.
You can't look us in the eye.
This is his mugshot. This is his shot.
Hold on a minute. Let's just make sure I got it. We're still on here. We got 6 minutes to go, Bob. Let's get through this list quick. Before we do a little commercial break. The holiday season is fast approaching. Why not get a jump on your Christmas shopping by ordering a Bob Nelson DVD? They make the perfect stocking stuffer. You won't laugh any harder in 5 or 6 minutes than you laughed at that guy, says Bob Nelson, says Tonight Show host Johnny Carson. Go to bobnelson.com and get your Bob Nelson DVDs today. Go. There's a link on our page. Get them. Christmas is coming. Johnny Huff, the king of the one-liners. You probably never saw him, but he's great. He's terrific too. Terry McNeely.
Yeah,
Terry, George, and Terry are hooked up, kind of.
Yeah, bookend.
Terry's very big in the acting. He's on every show. He does the extra work, but they feature him now.
Yeah.
And reminds you a little bit of Quinn, Colin Quinn, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. He's better looking than Colin Quinn.
Yeah.
Much better looking. George Reaney is he's a plumber or something, construction guy, funny guy, been around forever. My friend Marcus Johnson, I don't think does comedy anymore. Teddy Smith is from Long Island, I think. Hey, there's that Chris Davis. He was here yesterday. Vanessa Hollingshead. Do you know Vanessa? You ever meet Vanessa?
I never met her, but
she came out to my open mic when I first started doing comedy. I couldn't believe it. She had a Comedy Central half hour. She was at my open mic. I don't remember anything about it. I was so stunned. Tim Hamioun, another good guy. Mike Burton. I don't know if he's from Long Island, but he's funny. I'm just going to go through here. Scott Schendlinger. If you ever meet this guy, you will love him.
really,
He's filled with confidence. Filled with confidence. First time I met him, he said, "I am a great." The first thing he ever said to me, "I'm a great comic.
Really?
Watch what I do."
Really?
At an open mic with like 15 people, and he was actually not the greatest, but he was good. And
He's
worked
got
up.
a face on it.
He's got the face. Look at that
like,
face.
He's like very confident.
Look at that. He's got the cat's, but he could work the K. There he is.
For a website, can I get the future, for future website?
Sure.
Yeah, no problem.
By the way, Maria Walsh's brother Bill.
The website it is to watch it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
And check Maria out. She'd be up for some shows if you guys. She wants to do some cruise ship comedy.
Yeah, she's gonna get it. She's really
she
good.
Said she'd take you on the cruise.
She would.
And that's funny. My mom was a New York City bus driver. It's almost like the honeymooners.
Wow.
She's been going strong now for about 14, 15 years.
She's not that old.
Yeah, Maria's a young. Yeah,
She's very
a bit of
young.
a
She
rock
must have
star.
started when she was 12.
Yeah, right. And your first name is
Rob.
and
Comedians writing jokes.
And this is
about
Bob. This is Bob.
So you guys, you have a talk show on the West Coast?
We're gonna have a talk show on the East Coast. On the East Cost, we're in negotiations right now.
Very good.
Well, unfortunately, we've had to temporarily locate here at the Starbucks,
No problem.
but we are going to be
I like
a
the
national
Starbucks.
show.
It's good to be
What?
here. Maybe I'd have a late night show there.
You could be Maria's brother,
Yeah, right.
and that will give Maria a show, and you'd be the brother.
They call me Yubi.
You be okay, Bill. All right, thanks,
Very
buddy.
good.
We got to wrap up our show here. Thank you.
I'd like to see you sometime.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we got Eric Haft, who's you'd like him. He does impressions.
Yeah.
He's with Walker. He hangs out with Walker a lot. Rich Walker. Rich Walker. Jimmy Walker. This is the world. This is the world we're talking about. Vic is not from New York. Jackie, the joke man, is he from Long Island?
Yes.
He's from Long
From
Island.
Bayville.
He's from Bayville.
Jackie, yeah.
There's our friend John Santo, who I own a phone call. Dennis Rooney, very funny, big Irish kid. Buddy Fitzpatrick, I don't know if he's from Long Island.
Funny guy, though.
Very funny guy. Isaacson Baker, we know. Jeff Norris is from New Jersey. He's funny. Goombah Johnny, is he from Long Island? I don't think so.
I think it's from Los Angeles.
He looks like he's from Los Angeles. He's very Los Angeles looking. He does a show in Port Jefferson in the summertime.
Really?
At one of the bars. And me and Stevie G did a show. Peter Sasso, you know Peter Sasso? Peter Sasso. And this guy is going to be on our show. Well, he's Kevin Brogan. That's Kevin Brogan.
He's brilliant. You know what his bio says? Bio coming soon.
That's it.
He doesn't have a bio yet. That's brilliant. That's funny.
That is
That's
funny.
very Andy Kaufman.
Yes. Well, Bob, it's almost time. We have to say goodbye. I'd like to thank everybody for watching comedians writing jokes, whatever we're going to call it. I didn't even get to my story about Stevie GB hurting my feelings. But I'll do that tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I want to thank everybody for watching. Andy, Anthony, Trish. And we're going to start doing birthdays. We should do birthdays. If you have a birthday coming up, let us know. Bob and I will do a birthday for you. And you can actually take it and use it for your answering machine. You've reached birthday boy so-and-so. And we'll have me and Bob do our famous character voices. We'll do them.
Yes.
Okay, have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. See ya. See ya. See ya. See ya. Let's stop the recording.